Hey guys, I just wanted to give you guys an update on the Fuji GW693. I posted a few days ago that I sold it and pretty much thought that I would give it to someone who could actually use it. However, after a day posting that, this guy messaged me on Mercari, which is the platform I sold it on, saying that, hey, did you ship it like this? So he was telling me, did I ship a camera with a broken lens? And to me, I'm in disbelief. I'm in shock. Would I actually do that for something that I cherished for quite some time? Would I do that? I enjoyed using this camera, and for me, like, he's accusing me of sending him a broken camera. That's not a good move. And he could have just said, yo, like, I think the carrier, you know, mishandled the package and broke the camera lens. And um, he didn't say it that way. And that's why for me to approach it in a different way, where like you're just accusing me as a seller that I sent a broken camera. And I asked for more details. He's about like the packaging, the lens, and he's like, yeah, the lens is broken, the package is fine, and it was bubble wrapped and all. And for me to hear that, I was like, okay, if the package is fine, how could the camera, you know, break like that? How did the lens break like that? Like I would expect that the package was dropped 3 stories high or 4 stories high, or like the package was damaged in some way, for in order for it to break the lens. So he sends over these photos, right? And I'm inspecting them. I'm trying to see, like, okay, is this the camera that I actually sent him? Because for me, I'm like, this guy might be doing a swap, where I've heard a story on my old Discord server where some dude sold a camera, but the guy claimed like, oh, blah blah blah, it's not working. So he basically swapped the camera for the same identical one, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, this guy might be doing a swap on the GW. And everything checks out. I think it's my camera. Until I get it a few days later. Hopefully, I get it at the end of the week or next week. Um, it looks like it is my camera. And the one thing that I notice from these pictures is a hole on the side of the camera. This is something he did not mention in any of his messages to Makari, to me. He did not mention this hole on this camera. He only mentioned the lens broken. And this hole is on the side of the back door. Um, Let me share the screenshot with you guys. You guys let me know what you guys think about this hole. But, but seeing this hole makes me think that it fell to the side in order for it to break the lens, to break the UV lens. And, I'm hoping that the front element of the lens is not broken. Let's go back to the lens. So yeah, I'm hoping that the lens is not broken. The actual front element is probably going to have a few scratches because of the shards from the glass. Um, Usually when you have a UV filter on a lens, on a fixed lens, on your camera, it is a first layer of protection. And I would think that would just break first instead of the front element, because usually I hear stories where people drop their stuff and the UV lens break first instead of the frontal element, front element of the glass. But yeah, like the hole, man, like you did not mention that. You did not mention the hole. So for me now, I'm thinking like I don't think I can blame the UPS at this point. I feel like this dude opened the package, dropped the camera in order for it to break the front element of the glass. Um, like it would need, like I feel like the GW is a tank. It's something that I feel like wouldn't break easily. I know it's like hard plastic and all, but for it to break like that, you need to drop it from like 5 feet or whatever. Like you need to drop it that hard on hard floor in order to break it like that. Um, so yeah, the other thing is that he didn't share any photos from the bottom of the camera, so there could be some damage there. And who knows? Like until I receive this, until I know what's going on, I really think, for me right now, I think I can just blame the buyer for being at fault because I think this dude must have dropped the camera. If the package is fine, if it was bubble wrap and all, um, the camera should be fine. I buy so much from, I buy a lot of gear and stuff, and never had any accidents. As long as the camera is snug fitted in a box, then it would be fine. But for this, the way it looks to me is very questionable, and that's why I'm thinking that this dude, like if you're watching this, man, like like I don't know. I don't want to say it yet, but yeah, he's basically gonna get his money back. I'm gonna get my camera back, but it's not gonna be working. Hopefully, it's repairable in some way. But it's not the end of the world. Uh, Cameras are replaceable, and yeah, there's really not much else to say until I get this camera back. So stay tuned for part two and drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And take a look at those pictures again from what he sent. Check out the conversation. Like picture yourself as a seller and even the buyer, and share that perspective with me. For me, like I know it's my fault for not insuring the package because I went with a third party instead of Mercari. They do have a policy where you could get $200 back if something happens. And for me, the lesson is just don't sell anything over $200 because you're really not going to get anything back. And I haven't really done my research if I can get something back from the UPS if I don't have it insured. But yeah, I wanna learn from your experiences. If anyone experienced the same, have you dropped the camera with a UV lens, or like have you shipped something? Have you used Mercari? Any horror stories or whatever, like, or any opinions about this? But yeah, like for me, I'm just sad that the camera that I cherished for so long is not coming back to me in one piece. All right, guys, stay tuned for part two. I will do a unboxing of the camera and we'll go through it. Firsthand. I'm just gonna give my initial thoughts until I come to a conclusion. But again, I'm not gonna have a working GW. All right, guys, thanks for listening and stay tuned. Peace.
Just refuse to believe the how the fuck does the bat get fucking hit crack like that in the box? In the fucking box, bro. In the fucking box. There's no fucking way. I don't know, man. Just gotta eat that L, basically.